welcome to the Techstars Startup Weekend Women Dublin Meetup event, our first one since we finished our first Startup Weekend in March. Oh my God, it feels like a lifetime away now. But nice to have this session to meet up before we do another Startup Weekend event next year. So the agenda for today, we have welcoming, we had that, and then Jessie's here from Microsoft for Startup. She will give us all the details about the program and what to expect and how to sign up for the program. And then there's a Q&A session. You can ask Jessie, anything from the program. And then we have our networking session, which will be private. We won't record this part of the session. And this is our upcoming events. We have a few events coming up. Our sister company, KPESA, partner with Umoja Lean to organize a Meetup for girls, women, we're still girls, this Thursday, Saturday. So join us if you're free. We want to finish the summer with a bang and go wild with Finnish Prime Minister. The girls want to have fun too. And then we have UI is organizing a community dinner for Social Enterprise World Forum on the 29th of September at Third Space Cafe. So join us if you're free. And save the date for next year's Techstars Startup Weekend will be taking place 24th to 26th of March, 2023. We're working on that. So if you want to join our team, please do reach out to us. And here is Jessie. She is amazing. I'm not even gonna try to do her bio. I'll let her take the space and introduce herself. So thank you so much. Jessie, please take it over. Thank you.
Perfect. Hi guys. Do you have my slides for the main presentation?
I think you can do it yourself. You can share the screen.
Okay, let me. Give me 1 second. Sorry, this is going to be our first technical issue of tonight. Let me get these up for you. So maybe I'll just introduce myself before I get the points up. So my name is Jessica, or Jess. I go by anything really. I work in Microsoft as a customer program manager for independent software vendors. So that is basically what we describe as startups. I've been in this space for about 3 years now. I've gone from working on an enterprise team to working in a partner team, and now in the SMB space with startups. So let me just get my slides up and I will go through what we're all here to talk about, which is the Founders Hub program. So this was the predecessor of the Founders Hub program was the Microsoft for Startups. So in case anyone's heard of that program before, this is the new revamped specialized program. So let me get it up for you and I will go through what is on offer. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think I have it here. One of the offerings is Teams, so I'm more specialized in that area. So let me share my screen. Share window, sorry.
We should have thought about this part. We should have tried.
Yeah, honestly, can everyone see that? And I can pop it in. Yeah, we can all see it?
Yes.
Yes, it's worked fine.
Perfect. Sorry, maybe a little bit awkward. I might be looking above just on my other screen behind. So I am Jessica Murphy. I've worked with Microsoft. So what the Founders Hub basically is a way that Microsoft supports startups globally by providing them with 350K worth of free tech. So that ensures that everybody gets to their next milestone. So we want to support companies in doing so. So that's how they can use the 350K. So currently, as I said earlier, for those who didn't hear my golden piece of advice, is that we have 1/3 of the companies now in Founders Hub are female founded companies. So obviously I would love to continue to build on that and grow that further, because maybe it's being biased, but I think we come up with the best ideas. So hopefully we can push on and grow that exponentially in the next financial year or the next year to come. So then let's follow on to the next slide. So our aim is to reduce all barriers for founders like yourselves. Access to funding is obviously a huge challenge for companies that are just starting off. And we believe that we should be helping companies rather than being a deterrent. So our program is open to all companies, and there's no funding required. So we support founders from idea to exit, providing you with tech that you need to make sure you can get your company up and running, so you don't die in the water before you've even achieved your goals and even achieve what you're capable of achieving. So there is a huge push to get people enrolled and just support the companies rather than basically deterring them. Make sure we can help companies move forward, and in whatever way possible, Microsoft's there to help you. So Founders Hub, the nice part of the 350K, what is that? So it's broken down into 4 parts. So I'll go into a little bit further detail as we go on, but from a top level, you can build at your own pace. So you have 150K worth of Azure credits. You have licensing for development and productivity tools. You have access to special offers, and as well as some insane deals with our tech partners, and as well as intangible benefits, such as getting guidance from our Microsoft business leaders, our tech experts, and access to different events throughout the year. So you basically are getting advice and building up your technical knowledge, as well as just being able to mingle with other startups like yourselves. So you're constantly getting loads of information flow into your company. So then we have to build on your own terms. So what do I mean by building your own terms? Obviously, with every company, it's hard to go from the day-to-day running of your business. So what we do is we've supplied products and services to do that. So on the left or the right-hand side of your page, you have your Microsoft 365. So that includes your PowerPoint, your Office, your Word, your Excel, your OneNote. Am I forgetting any? I'm slowly looking at my tabs at the bottom to see which ones I've missed. But basically it allows you to run your business on a daily basis without looking after the costs. So you can do that. You can focus on building your tech and building a company that you think will be successful, rather than focusing on the numbers and what's going to be preventative. So then you've also got your Power Platform and your Visual Studios, and that is enterprise licenses, which also can help you build. So you've got your Power Apps, you've got your Power BI, your Power Automate, and you can get more details and further information on this if people would like it. But that is all of your diagrams. You also have access to 20 licenses for development, which is to do with GitHub. So this usually is where we get a lot of intrigue from the founders and the CTOs, because obviously 20 licenses for GitHub is a huge reduction on your OpEx, and it usually catches the eyes pretty quickly. So with all in all, you get 150K licenses for GitHub, Visual Studios, and then obviously the aspects that you need to run your business. So how do you break that down? So we have 4 tiers here. So you've got 1K, 5K, 25K, and 150K. So what this is we've broken it down to be more manageable for founders. So you can start off at 1K if you have an ideation stage. You've got your developmental stage, your growth, and your scale. So how you are determined on the maturity of your company is how you get into one of these tiers. So when you apply, Microsoft will break down your company based on the maturity level. So as shown on the slide, you've got 4 tiers. From that point, you can continue to grow within the Founders Hub program. And once you hit the 50% mark of your credits, you can actually request more funding. So you can request more. So let's say you start on level 2 and you only have 5K worth of credits, and you get to 2.5K, you can actually then, as a result, request more funding, and we will give you that funding to continue the growth within your company. So it's, instead of throwing everything at you at one time, we've broken it in to be a lot more manageable and to allow you to grow at your own pace without being overwhelmed. So to be a part of this program, you don't specifically need to be on Azure, but it does help in the long run. So what I mean by that is when you continue to consume Azure, you begin to tick boxes within the Founders Hub program in the behind the scenes. So what I mean by that is you might, let's say you hit the 25K threshold, you would then tick a box that maybe someone might come in and help you along your journey. So you could have the likes of a CPM like myself come in, or a customer success manager come in to help you with your direction, your growth. So it just means that we will be able to help you further on your journey. So it's not, you don't have to grow on Azure, but we do like to see it. And plus it means that you'd also be able to go down the long run and benefit from other programs such as the ISV Success Program, which is a new program that I'm running. It's similar to this one, but different, same but different, but it's 128K worth of credits, but you have to be at a later stage. So this is, the Founders Hub is more inclusive for everyone. Well, the next stage is if you've finished the Founders Hub program, you want to continue growing with us, there are other programs available. But then there's also the Marketplace, which is another program where you can upload your solution onto our Marketplace and resell it into our enterprises. But while that's a bit down the line, it's nice to know that once you finish the program, there are other options, that you're not finished and then done. Like you are constantly nurtured within Microsoft, and you'll have me from start to end now, because I now know you guys. So it is a very good company. So on to our next. So our trusted partners. So obviously opportunities arise during Microsoft, and these are some of the customers that we work with. They've provided partnerships. So the likes of OpenAI we work with, and they provide $1,000 worth of free credits. Bubble.io also is another example that provides 3K worth of credits to help you build your websites quickly. And additional, they also have 50% off some of their Bubble work camps, which is also brilliant. So it's kind of, obviously you're growing in other aspects, and you can also kind of bring in other help. Another one to mention, which is new, is a Tackle.io offer. It is a UK-based company, and they have now released a new program with Microsoft. So once you're on the Founders Hub program, you get other benefits through them, which you can apply for. And if you want to learn more on that, obviously feel free to reach out, and I can go through it with you guys, no problem. And then next slide, just moving my own slides. So then the tangible or the intangible benefits I spoke about earlier, I do think these, in my opinion, are one of the best, because you get advice from your technical advisors. So you do get one-to-one sessions, and they're triggered at certain levels within the program. So as I spoke about the tiers, these technical advisors are also triggered at level 2. So once you hit your 5K threshold, they're triggered. So you then have your events and trainings, and that is available for all members at all times. So no matter what stage you're at or what point in your journey you're at, you are able to avail of events and trainings. So obviously you can continue to upskill, and you can continue to mingle and get advice from other startups. And then we also have mentor programs. So we have about a pool of about 400 employees within that mentor program, such as myself. So I do a marketplace mentorship, and I also do one on co-selling. So co-selling is basically selling between two companies within Microsoft, and I do that. But that is comes into play when you're at level 3, so when you're on your 3rd stage. So it will help you with your business. So I do think this little part is one of the best, just purely based on it's something that other companies aren't offering within their programs, and you're also getting dedicated support. And with the mentorships in Microsoft, we do that kind of off our own back, because we have an interest in helping other companies. So that is also brilliant. And then finally, founders can also use the Microsoft Office space if they want to for their all hands events or their customer meetings. It's a resource that we've found a few remote teams have benefited from and have enjoyed. So definitely, if you would like to do that once you're on the program, feel free to reach out, and we can set up some time between myself and my co-worker Mark Farley. Can set up the time for you to come into the office, or if you just want to come in and have a wander around and just see what's available, of course, I can do that as well. So there are a few guidelines or criteria for entering the program. So these are the three. It has to be a SaaS-based application. You have to be, well, it must be privately held, so you can be pre-seed, seed, Series A to C, or the equivalent. Then you can't be a Bitcoin company or crypto mining company. And then also your startup cannot previously be on Microsoft for Startups. So that's the predecessor program. So if you're currently on that, they usually migrate it straight across. But if not, and you're on this call and you have already been in Microsoft for Startups and you didn't finish out your course, please feel free to reach out and we can migrate you straight across to Founders Hub, no problem. For the guidelines, don't be worried if you're looking at this and you're in the ideation stage and you see that you're hitting, let's say, 2 out of the 4 program or criteria, and you are thinking, okay, I can't now go in for Founders Hub. That's not the case. If you think after your ideation stage and you're going to continue to progress your idea and you begin to hit all 4, then you can obviously enroll in Founders Hub. So it's not completely closed if your company at this moment in time isn't hitting all the numbers or hitting all the boxes. But if in a couple of weeks' time or a couple of months' time, when you're further along your journey and you begin to hit those boxes, then of course you can apply to Founders Hub. It takes about 10 minutes is the application process, and then you find out within 5 to 10 working days if you've been accepted or not. And if you're not accepted and you've hit all this criteria, also please feel free to reach out. There might be just a glitch in the system, but people are monitoring the process on an ongoing basis, so it isn't just particular times of the year that you can enroll. The enrollment is constantly open because we're constantly looking for new companies to help. Also, something to mention is if you do not get an acceptance email, the Founders Hub profile is going to be connected to your LinkedIn profile email. So if you don't have access to that email, there might be a little bit of a problem. But obviously that's just something, if you still have access to your LinkedIn email, that's where your acceptance email will go if you're accepted into the program, or hopefully not the rejection. That's where that will be sent to. So I will pop the link into the chat window for what Microsoft for Startups is. But if there's any questions or queries afterwards, I can send this deck on so everyone can have access to this deck and kind of go through it. But I just, yeah, that's the whole presentation. I think I went through it probably a bit quicker than I thought I was going to go through it. Probably nerves made me talk a little bit faster, but I'll pop in the Founders Hub link to get onto the presentation. So I will pass back the sharing. So I think that went. So yeah, are there any questions?
For Jessie, for participate, you need to have a company registered or what?
So depending on your, I think I got the company registration, depending on your startup and the level you go in, all you need is, for level 1, all you need is a LinkedIn account and an idea. So you don't need to have your company registration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good to know, because we were like worried because it's still very early days. Like, do we have to register a company yet?
No, so all you need to do is, for when you're registering a company, literally the first stage of like the ideation stage, the 1K, all you need is a good LinkedIn, like a good, as not even a good LinkedIn, just a LinkedIn account that you are able to present as your business LinkedIn. So that's your idea. So they are very much, the predecessor of Founders Hub was a lot stricter and there were a lot more criteria that you had to hit, while this one is very, very lenient to just wanting to get people in and get people helping them along. So yeah.
Well, that's great to know. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Anyone have any other question? We'll just go fire away. And I think you're going to share the link how to apply for the...
Yes, I am. I'll pop that in the window. And as I said, it does only take 10 minutes. But obviously, if there's any questions or queries on the application, feel free. I will pop my LinkedIn in here or my email. My email is just my name, jessica.murphy@microsoft.com. So obviously feel free to reach out if there's any questions or queries once. Sorry. Oh.
Thank you so much. The presentation was great. I think you answered a lot of questions that people had already.